A while ago on Vulture SMP, we implemented Ease and Exuma's skull dropping system. It worked well, but there are a couple of flaws. For example, invisibility potions didn't actually make us invisible. When the players were logging in and out, their names changed colour, and hitting F1 didn't actually get rid of our nameplates. So I made a system that fixes them. Hello guys, what is up? This is Cowie, and welcome back to another Redstone video. Today I am bringing you guys the improved skull dropping system. And what this thing does is pretty self-explanatory. Really, all we have to do is kill a player and they'll go ahead and drop their skull when they die. So there we go, Harper just died and boom, he dropped his skull on the ground like that. And you can do that over and over again and you'll keep getting his skull. But it would be kind of unfair if you could just farm this by killing yourself or just jumping from a high place and getting your skull. So this only works if the player kills. So if Shoot can go ahead and demonstrate what it happens if you fall, say for example. So Shoot's gonna fall from a high place and see him fall, and he does not drop his skull. And then we'll go ahead and blow up Cow up here just to show, and you'll see that because it's not a player kill, he will not drop his head, although he would have done if the player showed up in the death message. So it's a pretty flawless system, but it does come with its flaws. So if we were to kill a player and the murderer was to log out before the player dies, so say for example in the rare chance that the player gets shot, and while the arrow's in midair, the player who shot the arrow was to log out, like so, the player would not drop a skull as you're just seeing now. So there is one other flaw other than that one that you just saw with this system, and it's very, very, very rare. I don't think it's ever gonna happen, but if a player was to die of environmental damage in this exact same game tick that a player dies from another player, both those players will drop skulls, but that's never gonna happen. That would be insanely rare for that to happen. I've never ever seen that happen in my entire career of Minecraft, so I don't think that's gonna happen. That's not something that you have to worry about. But let's pop over to how to build this machine. Okay, so when you are in your world, there are 3 commands that you have to run. One of them is gamerule command block output false. Run that one. That one just disables all the spam from the command blocks for the operators on your server. The next one is /scoreboard objectives add skullKill. And don't worry if I'm going too quickly. There is all the commands down in the video description. Scoreboard objectives add skullKill playerKillCount. That's one of the main things that the system relies on, and then skullDeath, and then deathCount. So once you've run those 3, we're ready to set up the command blocks. So you need to go to the spawn chunks of your world and find a safe place where you can put these command blocks. Now usually a safe place is somewhere where no players can get to. You don't want your players tampering with your redstone command blocks. So I'm not going to go over these commands in detail. I'm just going to quickly show you and then briefly explain to you. But as you can see, they are numbered 1, 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 5. Those numbers correspond to a command down in the video description, and that is the command that you have to paste into said command block. So in command block number 1 and command block number 2 are both fill commands. They run the redstone clock. And that will be the same always, except for this number here. This number here where it says 10 for me, that's probably a bit overkill actually, I don't need 10. But you will need to change that to have enough room for every player on your server, because every player on your server needs a command block in this machine. So once you've got that long enough, you should be able to place down a redstone block, and you should not be able to break these redstone blocks. They should just keep reappearing. So if you have done that, you can now move on to command block number 3. So command block number 3 is a command block that actually summons in the player head. And you have to have one of these per player on your server, as I said before. So in here, there are 2 places that you need to change. It will be in the middle of the command roughly, there will be a name equals Cowie, or well, it will be different for you of course. You need to change that to the player that you want the skull to drop for. So change where it says Cowie, or it'll probably say something else in the description. Change that there, and then at the very end you need to change this one here as well. And you have to have one of those per player on your server. But after you have done all of those, it's time to work on command 4 and 5. Commands 4 and 5 have to go on the right hand side of all the command 3 blocks, because otherwise this will not function properly. So after you've got all your 3s in, make sure you put 4 and 5 way on the further side from these command blocks here in order to make this work properly. But command block 4 has just got the skullKill reset thing, and command 5 has got skullDeath reset. And that is basically just what makes it so that you don't get an infinite amount of heads per killing. After that, start your machine by placing a redstone block on top of command block number 1, and then you might as well test out your machine. So place down a TNT, I guess, is a good way to do it. Make sure you kill yourself, and you should see a player skull dropping on the floor if everything has worked correctly. There we go, there it is. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd like to thank Shook and Harbour for coming along to help me out demonstrating this system. And they just double splattered. But anyway guys, I hope you guys find this to be a cool tutorial and find it useful in some way. Please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. It all does help. See you guys next time. As Harper's about to demonstrate right now, he's going to kill Ben Old down there, and he's going to log out while the arrow's in the air. And for some reason he didn't die. I think Harper's just a bad shot. Harper, you missed.
I didn't hit him.